Okay, I know you see the title that say the teacher from hell. I may or may have not had did for clickbait, but it's kind of true. I felt like I did have a teacher from hell, but of course, she wasn't a demon. She was a human being just like me and you. Or was she? Well, anyway, I used to live in Oklahoma. It was a lot in Oklahoma because my dad used to be in the military. So he was stationed in Fort Sill. And I lived there from like the first grade to the fifth grade. That's how long I lived there. But anyway, when I was in the fourth grade, I met my teacher. It was like I think it was like a week before we started class. And I don't know what it was about her, but I had this weird feeling about her. I'm not sure why I had it, but all I ignored it. Next day I went to school. Not next day, but next week I think it was. I went to school. And this teacher was really mean to me. She was horrible. Let me tell you. It's like I got into trouble for pretty much foolishness. The year before, which is the third grade, sometimes we would write in these books, the math books. And obviously I was writing this math book. Well, I was a kid, I was like 9 years old. I didn't know we weren't supposed to write in the math book. So the teacher got on me. I told her, okay, I'll just erase and write everything else on paper. And she's like, no, I'm going to show it to your mom. So, yeah, it wasn't a good day for me. She was like really mean to me. I remember she was talking to my mom about it too. I did not like being at school. So, yeah, I don't think I got too big of trouble with my mom. I don't remember getting a whooping. I honestly don't. So I don't think I got into too much trouble. But I still felt like crap. Like I did something bad. But that's not the only thing. Something else happened. One day, I was pretty much done my work. So I was staring at a fan. Because obviously I'm like a 9-year-old kid. You've been a 9-year-old kid before. You remember how sometimes you just get bored. So obviously I kind of got bored. Because you remember back then, for y'all kids watching this right now, there's no smartphones to look at when you're bored. So I was staring at a fan. Why I was doing it, I don't know. I guess to kill time or something. But that's not the point. This next thing I know, I'm just happening to look to the side. I see this kid talking to the teacher, pointing at me about what I did. So he pretty much snitched on me. I still remember this little punk too. He was a couple years older than me. I still remember him. His name was Brian. I'm not going to say his last name though. Brian's a pretty common name, so I don't think it matters. Even though I kind of do remember his last name. I mean, I should find on Facebook and chew him out. But anyway, the teacher made me pretty much stay in for recess. And she's pretty much mean to me the whole time. Well, back then, I actually thought I did something wrong staring at the fan because I'm a child. I'm like, okay, maybe I deserve this for staring at the fan. But looking back, it's like, wait, hold up now. She made me stay in recess just for staring at a fan? Come on now. That little punk, Brian, that snitched on me, if anything, if anybody should have stayed in for recess and gotten chewed out, it should have been him. Leave comments if you agree that Brian should have been chewed out. He should have stayed in for recess instead of me. Leave that comment. Fortunately, I moved. I would have hated to see that guy again. I would have had to give him a good talking to. So that was another time she was mean to me. She was mean to me a lot of times, so I'm just going to talk about certain events she was mean to me. So there was another time when, for some reason, these kids got together and they said I did something. They said I said like a cuss word, which I didn't say. Your boy Righteous Force didn't really cuss when he was that young, so I didn't really cuss as a 9-year-old. Honestly, I didn't really cuss. Because every time a cuss word came out of my mouth, I would get hit by either my mom or my dad, so I knew not to cuss when I was a child. But guess what? Teacher took the kids' words over my words. She like, how are all these people gonna be lying? You're telling the truth. Let me tell you, I was telling the truth. I don't know why they gang up on me. But then she took like 6 weeks off. And I had a substitute. Substitute was actually pretty nice to me. I didn't really get in trouble the whole time I had her as a substitute. But of course she got on to other kids, which they deserved to be getting on to. They weren't, some kids cut up a lot. But I wasn't really one of those kids. I just did my thing. But when the real teacher came in, after 4th grade teacher came in, she said I did things which I don't understand what it was I did. Because the whole time I was with the substitute, I never got in trouble, remember that. But when she comes back, she's saying I did things and suddenly I'm in trouble now, which I don't understand. And of course, I remember this day. She pretty much walked out with me to the car, talked to my dad, saying all the things I did. But of course, my dad took her word of course, and I got a whooping. And this is why I don't ever talk to my dad. I resent my dad to this day. This joke, I saw my dad a few days ago. I didn't really like my dad either back then. I just kind of did resent him back then. But anyway, this is about my dad. This is about this horrible teacher I had. So after a while, I was like, you know what? I'm going to be the perfect student. I'm not going to do anything bad. But it didn't matter how good I tried to be. It's like she would always find something bad about me to get me into trouble. So it kind of did confuse me as a child. Why is the teacher so mean to me? Am I that bad? But you know what I know the good news is? At some point, 4th grade ended. And my mom took me to a new school. And the teacher in that school was way better. So my 5th grade teacher was way better than that horrible 4th grade teacher I had. So yes, she was better. So I like to see this as a picture to what's going to be like when we leave this earth. Because some of us are scared to die. But let me tell you something. Compared to where you're going, if you're a true Christian, maybe you're having a hard time on this earth. You have that abusive boyfriend. In some cases, an abusive girlfriend. Hey, it happens. I'm not judging. Maybe you got abusive parents. Maybe you're poor, you're struggling to get by. It just don't seem like it's going to end. 4th grade was only 1 year, but it didn't seem like it was ending. It seemed slow. It seemed to take forever. Same way this earth, this world we live in. It seems to take forever. It seems to take forever for Jesus to come back. But at some point, whether you die first or Jesus comes back first, you are going to be done with this world at some point. If you're a true Christian, you go to a better place. The world will be, heaven will be much better than this earth that we're living on. So the 4th grade, I was pretty lonely in the 4th grade. I didn't have anybody. I had no friends, no girlfriend. Well, obviously, I was like 9 or 10, so I had no business having girlfriends anyway at that, being that young. But I was pretty lonely. I pretty much felt like I was by myself. So it was a lonely time for me. But at some point, it did get better. The 5th grade year was better. Over time, as the years went by, I did make friends. And I pretty much didn't really think about my 4th grade year too much. So at some point, I did pretty much didn't think about it. But of course, every now and then it'll pop up. Like, I'll pop up, I think about me staring at a fan, getting in trouble, and it's like, wait, why did I get in trouble for that? One time she did actually she did grab my arm like here and it kind of scratched me. Man, I should have called the cops when it left like a bruise here. I don't have it no more, but it did leave like a mark. I'm like, I hope this goes away. But it did go away. Maybe God made it go away so I won't really think about it. Well, of course I still think about it, even though I don't have the mark, I still think about it. Think about how horrible this teacher was to me. I like to believe that somehow God did punish this person for treating me that way. Because you don't do things on this earth and be unpunished. So I have met some horrible people since then. Obviously, this is the worst teacher I ever had before I had her. And after I had her, I didn't have any teachers worse than her. Yes, I had some teachers that were jerks to me afterwards. But no teacher ever treated me the same way this teacher did. Honestly, somebody tried to treat me the same way this teacher did when I was like in high school, I probably would have fought him. I was having in high school. I think I would have actually fought one of my teachers if they still was scratch on me like that. I probably would have went all out. Of course, when I was a kid, I didn't realize I could have actually pressed charge on that witch. I said witch, not the other word. So I do hope this video let you know that all the bad things in your life, they will come to pass at some point. If your whole life is bad, it's going to come to pass at some point. I know there's Christians out there that just can't wait to die so they don't have to deal with this earth anymore. Some days I even feel like that. Some days like, why does God still even keep me around? Nobody comes to Christ because of me. Some days I feel that way. I don't have kids that need me, so what's the point of even keeping me around this earth? Some days I actually feel that way. I'm sure God has a reason. I mean, I'll probably never fully understand God, but He has His reasons. And y'all probably wondering, did I make this story up? This story is 100% true. I did not make it up. I wish it was a story. So since it's Halloween, I decided I would tell you a real horror story. The teacher from hell. Yeah, she wasn't really from hell like I said. But it felt that way. So, if you want to hear me talk about other Christian topics or Bible verses, just subscribe to this channel. Hit that bell That way you'll be notified every time I make a video. And also, if there's ever a topic you want me to go over, or even a Bible verse you want me to go over, just leave a comment down here, and if I'm capable of going over it, I will go over it. Or if it's a Bible verse I just don't understand, maybe I'll bring somebody on to the next video and let them explain. With that being said, have a good day. Remember, all the bad things on this earth, they will come to pass, and they will not come to mind. Remember that.